He Shou Wu is a premium yin-jin tonic, meaning that it builds our yin energy that is stored in our kidney essence. So it's a very great adaptogen herb, considering the fact that our adrenal glands, which are the glands that help us respond to stress, rest right on top of our kidneys. So as an adaptogen herb, basically He Shou Wu helps us respond to stress more efficiently or more effectively. Now, one of the ways it does this very basically is by building up that Jing energy, as I said, which is our essence or our primordial life force. And the most simple way to look at this is people who have a lot more energy and vitality usually respond more efficiently to stress. People who are very tired, low, weak energy, any sort of situation can stress them out much more easily. So by building up our kidney essence, and the way that He Shou Wu does this basically is by providing our kidneys and our adrenals with nourishment, a variety of minerals, particularly zinc and copper, and these minerals basically build up our adrenal glands and our kidneys. On a more traditional perspective of Chinese medicine, we just see that as building this primary three treasure energy, which is known as Jing. And as a yin-jin tonic, it basically builds our subtle energy body. So it's sort of building our battery pack of energy that we're all sort of born with, known as prenatal Jing. And taking consistently enough, He Shou Wu can actually build our postnatal Jing and eventually leak into our prenatal Jing, which is sort of our hereditary energy. Now, additionally to being an adaptogen herb, something that helps us respond to stress better, He Shou Wu actually helps us uptake and regulate more dopamine, so that way we're generally happier people. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that we experience that's released in our brains when we're achieving our goals and we're a happy person. Now, this is obviously very helpful in stressful situations in life in general, because typically the happier we are, the more effectively we'll respond to any sort of situation, especially a stressful or difficult situation. Now, the way He Shou Wu does this scientifically is it inhibits the release and production of an enzyme known as MAO, or monoamine oxidase. And this enzyme basically goes in our brain and eats up serotonin and dopamine, which are feel-good chemicals. So by inhibiting the release of MAO, we actually uptake more dopamine and we're more happy, and obviously we will respond to stress more efficiently. Other factors that make He Shou Wu a longevity tonic herb is its high amounts of antioxidants, particularly resveratrol, which we know is an abundant antioxidant in grapes and red wine, and also superoxide dismutase, which is the most potent antioxidant in our body. It's secreted by our liver. Now, why this makes He Shou Wu a longevity herb or anti-aging herb is because stress or oxidative damage basically breaks down our tissues. It can cause wrinkles, the degeneration of our cells, joints, our hair, muscles, and everything else in our body. So basically, He Shou Wu is a very protective sort of herb in this way. Now, probably the most renowned or popular benefit of He Shou Wu is its beautifying benefits, particularly to the hair. In fact, He Shou Wu gets its name from a legendary story of a man named Mr. Ho, who basically was born with low primordial Jing, and as he aged, he sort of really prematurely aged. He started losing his hair, having gray hair, low fertility, low energy, low sex drive. And then one day in his later years, he came across the He Shou Wu root. He started taking it in a decoction of black bean soup, and over time his hair returned to a black, healthy quality, and then he also increased his sex drive and his fertility and actually gave birth to many children. Now, so we see He Shou Wu doing this on a scientific level, probably because of its rich source of copper, which is a micromineral that is known to basically give color to our hair. It's also very rich in zinc, which has been shown in study to inhibit or stop hair loss in its tracks, and of course produce healthy amounts of testosterone, which is obviously a reproductive hormone and a youth hormone. So lastly, we'd see that He Shou Wu would make a really good sex tonic or a fertility herb, particularly with men, because it's going to help build up that testosterone, which is a necessary hormone for reproductive health, and then promote lean muscle growth and just our drive for life. That's sort of what testosterone does on a mental and emotional level. It gives us motivation, drive, determination, and focus. So these are just a few of the many benefits of He Shou Wu. They're what I see in my personal experience of taking it and what I see in many other people's. However, you can learn more about He Shou Wu by clicking the link below.